We all mouth it. Good evening and welcome to Drinking with Jake. The guy to my right is Mike.
Heyo.
The gentleman to my left, and I say that term loosely, is Brian. And welcome to the first episode of Drinking with Jake. That's the intro.
That's the intro. That's a good intro, man.
Yeah,
That's good.
That's even better.
This is our first episode, so we thought we'd do something special and have Suntory whiskey. None of us have ever tried it. It's not opened. I bought it at Festival Foods, which is our grocery store. And then we're going to try a shot and then maybe have a few drinks with it and see how it goes.
And we'll just have a chat with that as well. What do you think, Brian?
Absolutely.
I'll drink to that.
I think we should get started.
I'll drink to that.
Don't mind my fingers. They're sort of clean.
So, almost.
Kinda
The
like
alcohol
the
kills.
glasses.
The alcohol will kill anything else.
So I was looking. This is only 86 proof, so I think we can probably get through the whole bottle.
Okay. We'll see how that
Okay,
goes.
This is interesting. It's a screw top. It's not a it's not a cork. So
Huh.
Maybe they don't have corks in Japan. I don't know.
I have no idea.
I'm just saying. I don't know.
They want to make it
one of the
easy to
lighter
get into.
whiskeys I've ever had.
It does
Yeah,
look
it
a
is.
little...
It is not heavy.
Have you started already?
No, I haven't. No.
It's light on the yolk. That shouldn't be so bad.
All right. Well, see, I think we can get through the whole bottle.
Oh
I mean,
my
it's
God!
almost-
See, big
See,
aspirations.
yeah.
Let's
get this done, fellas.
All right. Well,
To the first episode.
To the first episode, to my best friends, and to Drinking with Jake.
Amen.
Here,
Come
here.
pie. I think that's how you say it.
Banzai!
That's good. I like it. I like it.
Nice little burn.
Yeah. Yep.
Not too heavy. Not too alcohol. Alcohol.
Yeah, not heavily on the
like,
alcohol.
Like heavy. Like, oh my God, it's burning my
Right.
throat and my colon. Or
Not yet.
Well, that's
not
later.
yet. Okay,
Just
that's
right.
right.
Oh.
Yeah, when we get to the bottom of the bottle, like,
Yeah.
my colon.
Oh, my colon. You
Yeah.
know, it's not a heavy flavor.
No, yeah, it's not.
Oh.
It's not very
Oaky.
oaky,
Yeah, it's not-
chewy. Yep.
You know, it's not a strong, thick bourbon or a 12-year-old scotch or anything like that.
It's
But
very
it's not,
pleasant.
it's not bad.
It's very pleasant.
It's,
It warms you up, though.
oh, yeah, it does.
Yeah, let's see what's there.
It's a nice sipping whiskey.
Yeah.
Or maybe even a Michigan whiskey. We should try it.
I think it. You know, I think we might have some ingredients on hand for an old fashioned.
I'll drink to that.
You can't live in Wisconsin and not have an old fashioned.
That's
Absolutely.
right.
So I went
That's
to I went to the store today to look for sugar cubes,
Right.
and I got lemons, I got limes, some ginger ale,
There you go.
and because that's what this whole recipe calls
Right.
for.
Yep.
And it says sugar. Well, I figure sugar cubes, right?
Yeah.
Of course, and bitters as well.
Mhm.
Otherwise, it's not an old fashioned. So I looked all over the baking area because I figured it was going to be with the sugar, right?
Yep.
Like sugar cubes next to the sugar.
Next
yeah.
to the sugar, right? Because
That makes sense.
I'm a thinking guy.
You know, hey,
Yeah, big thinker over here.
Big-
every
thinker.
so often it works, you know?
I might have a nugget. So I went there, and lo and behold, I couldn't find it. I couldn't find sugar cubes. So I had to swallow my pride and ask for help.
Ooh.
Oh.
Ouch, that hurt.
And
Oh.
she says,
Not
"Oh,
cool.
they're over here, but on aisle 8, which is the baked goods, right? It's the sugar stuff." I said, "Well, I looked and I didn't see it." So we walk over there. Of course, I'm hanging my head in the shame walk because I had to
The
ask
walk
for help.
of shame.
And we go there. And lo and behold, they're out. They have the spot for them, but they are completely out.
There was a run on sugar.
There was a
cubes.
run of sugar cubes.
Was there any sitting in the liquor department?
No, and I
Okay.
asked that as
All right.
well.
All right.
And here's the funny thing. She looks at me and she goes, "How are you going to have old fashions without sugar cubes?"
Nice.
I never once told her what they were for. I just asked solely for sugar cubes, and she goes, "How can you have old fashions without sugar cubes? It's so much better with them."
Yeah.
She knew exactly.
She must have been older.
She was a little older. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
A guy lost in the
She must have
grocery store, purposely asking for sugar cubes.
Doesn't look like he owns a horse.
Doesn't. Yep, he must be looking for old-fashioned
Must be,
ingredients.
yeah, he's an alcoholic. I
Yeah.
can see it right
Yeah.
now.
They should just
Yeah.
have an aisle in the grocery store
Well,
that
wait.
says, old-fashioned ingredients, aisle 12.
Right.
He's got limes. He's got everything else he needs to make
Right.
Something.
old fashions.
Right.
Yeah.
And she's thinking he's missing sugar cubes.
So she probably looked in his cart and
Mm-hmm.
said, okay, limes, missing ingredients.
I didn't have any liquor though. It was just
Well-
the limes, the lemons,
Yep.
two lemons, and then some ginger ale.
Yeah,
Well,
but that's.
I mean, what else are
you
you going to use it for?
1 plus 1 plus 1 equals 3.
I guess.
Come on.
Yeah,
I guess.
I agree with you, Brian. I
Plus
think it's
5.
Just, yeah, I think it's just all like, come on. I mean, what guy goes to the grocery store and gets lemon lime?
Can I get sugar cubes,
Yeah.
please?
Yeah, like-
No thanks, I'm sweet enough. So anyway, that was my little foray into trying to get the ingredients.
Awesome. Well, should we take a pause of this episode, break for one of our sponsors, and we'll come back with old fashions?
Sounds good to me.
All right.
Absolutely.
We'll
See
be
you in a little
right
bit. We'll be right back. We'll see you in a little bit. All right, and welcome back. Welcome back.
Technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties. Welcome back. Thank you to our sponsors for making this show possible this evening.
Appreciate it.
Yep. So we just wanted to, before we make Michael's world famous, don't look back, old fashions. We're gonna have another shot. So
Another shot.
salute.
Salute.
That is good. That's really good. I highly recommend that for anybody.
Yeah.
Just starting
Just
out
to
in
try
the,
something new.
just starting out in the whiskey world. I mean, I'm not an expert, but just starting out, kind of
Yeah.
baby stepping your way into the whiskey world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
You're not going to go wrong.
No.
No,
If you want to just dip your toe into the water.
Yeah.
Don't
That's
dip your
not
toe in the
gonna-
whiskey though. That's not gonna.
No,
taste good.
that's
Nobody wants that.
Because then you have to lick your toe. Who
maybe
wants
the
to do
pool
that?
water.
Right.
You
Otherwise,
know,
it's alcohol abuse. If
Yeah,
you're-
yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
if you-
Yeah, we don't do that
Who
in
wastes
Wisconsin.
that?
No. All right. So
right now we're going to be
We're from Wisconsin.
We're going
We don't
to
do that.
make old fashions. For those of you that don't know, old fashions, Michael makes them fantastically.
they're decent. I mean, there's some of our friends that do them better. Much better.
I can, yeah. His name starts with a T,
Yeah.
but this is good too.
This is good stuff. So, and I haven't
it away,
had this
Michael.
necessary recipe, but it'll be a learning experience for all. One of us only wants to have some whiskey and ginger ale, and that's fine too. So we start off with the whiskey, and we're going to do 1.5 ounces of the whiskey here. Yeah. And because we're being polite and showing everybody, I'm going to actually measure it out. Maybe about that much.
Or you do
Usually
one
it's-
finger, 2 finger,
Well,
color a
that-
day.
That's good. Yeah, that's good.
Or fill up the glass and cover the ice, as I like to say.
Yeah, whiskey.
Bigger
whiskey.
the ice cube.
No, or is it whiskey?
All right, so you got that. And then a little bit of simple syrup, which is just sugar water. If you got an ice cube, I'm dripping all over. Can I have that napkin,
Yeah,
please?
absolutely.
I'm dripping whiskey all over my fingers.
Yum yum.
Nothing to waste. Nothing to waste.
My wife always says to recycle, so.
Reduce, reuse, recycle.
Right.
Come on now.
So I made this at home. Again, it's just
Maybe
sugar
not so much
water.
on the reuse.
Yeah, don't reuse this stuff.
No, just reduce.
That
recycle.
goes in the pot. It looked for sugar cubes today. Couldn't find them.
Was a run on sugar. I love it.
Our
man.
grocery stores failed us.
Yeah.
Sugar cubes, you got one job.
I just
Come
think,
on.
I just think it's awesome that they need to hire more people like that one lady that knew exactly what you were there for. That is awesome. Like, what is she doing in like the
Oh, I
grocery department? She needs to be in the liquor store
I put
department.
syrup in yours. Sorry, I wasn't thinking.
It's fine.
That's
Just
all right. Just a
throw
little bit of
some,
sugar.
throw some ginger ale in here and call it a day.
Yep. So we've got bitters. Just about 3 dashes of bitters or so. All right. So that's nothing. And then we top off with some. We're not sponsored by them, but
There we
ginger ale.
go. Way to cover that one up.
Yeah, you like that?
Yeah.
Should have got the Scotch
There's
tape.
big old meat hooks.
Should have got the
Get
masking
in here,
tape
yeah.
on there. It just said
Yeah.
ginger ale.
Yeah.
And we just fill. I don't know if you can see this or not, but we just fill it Again, I don't know how good this is going to be. We'll
You
see.
can't go wrong. It
Can't
has
go
whiskey
wrong.
in it. That's
Yeah,
what I'm saying.
exactly.
Like,
True.
How
Yeah.
bad can it be? Like, oh no, this drink isn't
Oh,
great.
this is horrible.
Well, I guess I'll have to power through for another one.
And we will.
I will. If you want to just throw a lemon in mine, that
Just
would be
a-
awesome.
Do you want to
Just
twist it too?
Toss her in there.
I could twist it,
Oh,
Okay,
is that-
whatever works,
that-
man.
line the rim.
Oh, is that?
Look at that.
Little
Wow,
twist.
that's really fancy.
There's
Wow.
yours.
I just
All right.
want to drink it.
Well, like he
Boom,
said,
boom.
he aims to please.
I do aim to
I
please.
just want to drink it. I don't want to make love
I
to
don't
it.
want anybody to say I'm not a pleaser.
Nobody would ever say that.
Nobody would
We'll
ever.
ask your wife that later, though.
Oh,
Oh, hi.
Hey-o.
Whoa.
Hey-o. All right, so there's that, and we'll see how this goes. I don't know. It smells
To
fruity.
old-fashions.
To old fashions.
Well done, Mike.
To
These are-
modified old fashions.
And modified old fashioned.
Right.
Well done.
Whatever we like to drink. Huh, let's see.
Old fashions are a staple in Wisconsin. Whether you're at a
that is
bar.
that is
That's
tasty. I like that with the ginger ale.
That is that.
he's speechless.
I'm shook.
He's speechless.
I'm shook, as the kids would say.
I think we got a new drink for at least a little while.
Wow.
Yeah, that's good.
That's good. Old fashions are a staple in Wisconsin, whether you go to a bar, a dive bar, or a supper club, and anybody from Wisconsin knows what supper clubs are.
Oh yeah.
You know,
You go to a fish fry,
Or a fish
especially
fry.
now
Yeah,
in Wisconsin on a Friday night. You cannot have a fish fry without a brandy old fashioned.
that's
Do
right.
you know that I've lived here for 17 years now, and I have never been to a supper club?
You suck.
I've never been to a supper club.
Ugh.
Do you have to be a member?
No.
No.
Then why do they call them clubs?
Back in the day, is my understanding, back in the day during the Depression and Prohibition, anybody wasn't allowed to sell alcohol, but if they were members of a club, there was like this special dispensation where they could do that. And that's why they called them supper clubs, where they could actually serve alcohol. That was, and then you'd have to become a member. But that's what I think, but unless somebody else knows better, that's
So
what
at
I've
one
heard.
point
There's
you
only-
did have to be
At
a
one
member.
point, you did have to be a member.
Yeah,
Okay.
and there's only one supper club still in the Eau Claire area,
Right, and that's
Connell's,
Yeah,
and it's Connell's
Right.
Club. It's Connell's and Connell's Club 12 are considered supper clubs.
supper clubs.
yeah,
Yeah,
but there's a
well,
lot.
they call them supper clubs.
Right, but there's a lot like in small towns, especially on
Oh,
the
yeah.
eastern side of the state, big time.
Oh
There's-
yeah,
and
Okay.
people really, and I mean, it's just great old time
yep.
steak
it's-
and taters,
Yep.
food.
It's a neighborhood.
Yeah,
It's a neighborhood bar, someplace you just want to walk into and have a conversation.
yeah.
Are they?
Kind of like what we're doing
Do you
here.
need reservations again?
Nope.
I mean,
Not
is it-
really. No,
Nope.
it's really informal and good.
Be
old-
ready
like I've
to.
seen-
It's be ready to wait right now. That's me.
I've
Sorry,
seen-
I should have put that on vibrate. But yeah,
I've seen old TV shows or something, TV shows, period TV shows like Mad Men or something like that.
Mm.
And they said, "Oh, how about we go to the supper club tonight?" And it's always
Yeah.
a big deal for everybody gets
Yeah.
dressed but
Well, that was just back in the day. That's what you did.
yeah, and I can
do you
only,
need a
I,
mix? No.
honestly, I can only
Thank you.
think of a handful of places that still call themselves supper clubs.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Big on the
There's-
eastern side, but
2 around here, 1 over in Medford.
yeah, yeah.
And honestly, I'd be hard pressed to think of anything else that would call themselves a supper club.
Yeah, it's a
It's
dying
all-
breed.
Yeah, it's all
It's unfortunately it's a dying breed, but yeah.
bar and grill.
So the reason why we're doing this drinking for Jake, not only is it the inaugural
With
first
Drinking with
What did I say?
4.
Well, drinking.
I don't
Yeah,
drink
I
for-
drink.
Hey, let's
I don't
drink for
drink
Jake.
for. I
We're
don't
gonna
drink
save
for
his
Jake,
life.
but I drink with
Yeah,
Jake.
We're gonna save his life.
Drinking
I
with
drink
Jake
for
is
me.
it's our first episode, but not only that, but thank you.
Yeah, come on, keep up. What are you doing?
I'm sorry, I'm narrating here, but our wives are on a
Retreat.
ladies retreat.
Ladies' weekend.
Ladies-
Girls' weekend. is
Girls'
what they
weekend,
called it.
yeah.
It was a retreat.
But they call it girls' weekend.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Because mine only called it a retreat.
Retreat!
Girls' retreat.
Well,
It's gonna, but yeah, girls'
potato,
weekend. Yes.
potato.
Yep.
I mean, it's the same
Yep.
thing.
No.
And
yeah.
the reason Jake brings it up is because all 3 of us
Yeah.
have been inundated
Yes.
with
I-
not phone calls, but texts.
Yes.
Text.
I don't think
Which-
I've talked to my wife more on a text message in a week than I have this weekend. Today.
it's-
And it's only Saturday.
We only mention it because we find it humorous.
Yeah,
Yes.
really
Oh,
humorous.
absolutely.
Because here they go to get away, which they all deserve. All the
Absolutely.
ladies
Right.
here deserve it.
I just hope
All
she,
of them
I
had
just hope
kids.
she comes back. That's
Yeah, yeah, that would be the biggest thing.
But go ahead. I'm
They
sorry,
all
I didn't
deserve
interrupt
it, and here they are. They won't stop asking about, focusing on the home. And, when I'm on vacation away from the family, which has happened before, I call once a day and I call it good.
you. Yeah, just like
And it might be a 5-minute conversation.
Maybe
I'm
that makes
still
me
alive.
a bad father. I don't know.
I don't know, man.
I don't know.
How you guys doing? Nobody's killed each other. House isn't on fire. All right, be good for your mother. I love you all. Good night.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yep.
peace.
Yeah, that's it. That's
He's
it.
out.
That's it.
Let's do this.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, and I was just telling Brian off camera that, if we were on a guys' weekend, I wouldn't even bring my phone because I knew that Brian would have his or Mike would have his. So I would tell my wife, like, if you need something, just text or call one of those guys.
Yeah.
It'll get to
Absolutely.
me eventually.
Absolutely.
Why would I
Yeah.
want to bring my phone? So
I mean, it's nice to hear from them, but it's only
Well,
2
it's-
days.
And it's just questions about what's going on here.
Exactly.
For me, it's nothing. I'm not getting anything from my wife about what's going on.
Oh, see, but
up
I
there.
am getting.
I'm only getting, how's it going here? And I'm
No.
like, you know what? I got this. You go relax, enjoy yourself, have a couple cocktails.
yeah, have some glasses of wine.
Go
Yeah.
spend some
Which they
time with
do.
your,
Exactly.
with your
Talk.
friends.
Play some games, do whatever else that they do, read books. I don't know.
Uh-huh. Have a good time.
Sleep.
Oh,
do
God,
do
would that
all
be
the
awesome.
stuff you need to do, so you can be recharged.
Yeah.
You've earned it. You deserve it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But I got this at home. You don't need to worry about it.
Yeah.
That's the way I
Absolutely.
look at it. I mean, it's-
Absolutely.
Yep. No, I got it. I got it. I can handle it. Everybody's okay. Everybody's all
We're
right.
all good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the whole point of a retreat is
Get away.
get away,
Yep.
Disengage, unplug.
Yep.
Focus on yourself. Focus on your friends. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe a
Talk
friend,
with your friends.
Yeah, maybe your friend is going through a rough patch and all that. Focus on them. Work through a few things, whatever you need to do. But don't text me like, "Oh, how's it going? Did you do this? Don't forget about this." And I always tell my wife, I said, it's like closing a browser. You get, you're like a human computer. You have like 8 browsers open, and you're always thinking.
Yeah.
You're always thinking. I just tell her, close a browser, because I have like a browser, one browser,
Yep.
sandwiches, drinking with Jake, whiskey,
Sandwiches.
Sandwiches.
sandwiches. That
Whoa.
That's-
are we
about it.
going that far?
That's
All right.
about it.
Hey.
Sandwiches.
I have a one-track mind, but it does have
we are men.
random trains.
We are men.
You guys can.
Yeah.
There's branches
Yeah, there's
to that rail,
branches,
but
yeah.
then they all come back.
Yep. I get it completely.
So I tell her, just close the browser.
Well, I mean, let's just be honest. I mean,
Well,
we got to call a spade, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
What is it? A guy thinks about sex every 7 seconds?
No, well,
14?
no, it's.
For me, it's like 2.
I thought it was like a teenager.
Well,
talking
I
about
keep
it.
saying I'm a 13-year-old trapped in a 43-year-old body. I mean,
Ah, yeah. I don't think my wife could keep up with me. And that sort of thing.
Of what? Of what?
Hear that in the background. Oh,
Of what? Thinking about it, or
Yeah.
Are
Anyway,
we?
nope.
okay. Hello.
Sorry, that was the alcohol talking
All
on
right,
that
It's all
one.
right.
So, Jake and I have had this idea now for what, 5, 6 years?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah, we've had this idea for this long, and
Wow.
we were out trick or treating.
Yeah.
With my brother, with my now brother-in-law
Yeah.
and my sister-in-law and our kids.
What a good guy. I like your brother-in-law.
He's
such
a
a cool
good dude.
cat.
Which
He's
one?
He's a cool cat.
The Salim. You haven't met him.
No.
Oh.
Okay.
He's a
But
cool.
But yeah,
he's one
I've
of
heard
us.
of him.
He's
We
one
were-
of us. He's a cool cat.
Jake, in his infinite wisdom, decided that he was going to bring a flask because it was chilly.
It was chilly.
It was chilly that
in
night.
October. Yeah.
Octobers in Wisconsin are hit or miss. It can be 75 degrees or it can be 20.
Yeah.
It's cold or
Yeah,
it's hot.
It was colder that night. Yeah,
And
I
it was
remember.
chilly.
Yeah.
It was chilly.
And so we were all three of us were taking nips off the flask. It was filled with some kind of whiskey. I don't remember what it was.
I think it was Jameson. Who knows?
might have been.
Who cares?
It didn't matter.
It
No,
did,
it-
yeah,
but it
it
was
warmed
so
you up
much-
every sip.
It
Yeah.
was so much fun because we were
It could have
walking
melted snow.
from house to house. And I don't remember every house, obviously. I mean, it was 5-6 years ago.
Yeah.
But we specifically went to this one house that had the garage door
Yes.
open, and they were having a little gathering inside. They were all drinking. So we just walked up. All the kids are going off and trick-or-treating and everything.
Yeah.
Our wives all went off and went trick-or-treating. The three of us went into some stranger's garage while they're drinking a whole bunch of beers. And we're like, hey, how's it going? Here's a flask, here, we'll pass this around. Hey, what are you guys up to? And they're like, oh, nothing, we're just having a few beers, It was the best thing. And we're like, this would be awesome as a podcast.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
as a
Absolutely.
YouTube thing or
Yeah,
something.
if we had a camera, we could just, hey, this is my new buddy Jeremy, blah, blah,
Yep.
blah. They were
Yeah.
playing pool. They were drinking,
Yeah.
have a good time.
And so that's where it sparked a little kernel, like a popcorn kernel, in
Yeah,
our brain, and eventually it exploded.
Yeah,
you know.
absolutely.
And finally, Jake's worked different schedules. I work nights, you work days, and it's so hard to get all three of us, or even just two of us, together, for crying
Yeah.
out loud,
Yeah.
to actually go out and do something together, where all of our kids are gone, and we can actually partake.
Yeah.
And finally we were able to do it. So I'm really happy that we have the technology, our awesome producer,
Our
and
producer, yeah.
finally the three of us can get together
Yes, sir.
and
And partake.
Partake and talk about it
And
and
talk
finally
about
do
it.
it. Yeah. No, I remember that night. It was great. And we were just, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We were just.
Less talking, more drinking.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was
No,
great.
it's
hence the title.
Sorry. Sorry about that. I'm
Oh,
falling
it's
behind. Yeah, I remember that. It was great. We were just walking around and and Mike and I were always held back. We're always just bullshitting and we're just joking and coking and joking and whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And we come up to that one house, the garage door, and I don't know if they had a fire out like
I
they were
wanna say
playing
they
pool.
did.
I think they had like a fire pit out in the front yard, but they were like playing pool. They must have been in their 30s, I mean relatively close, and they were drinking. I thought, and we were like, what? We should have a camera. Like a handheld, something like that, and introduce themselves. And we, this is drinking with Jake, not on site, but on location,
There we go.
something like that.
Out in the city.
Yeah, out in the city, and God, they were just and
out in the bustling suburbs of
yeah,
O'Clair
yeah.
here.
And I just wish that, man, I would just like to stay here and just party with
Oh,
these
yeah.
guys.
No,
Just
yeah.
everybody else kept going.
We gotta go trick or
We gotta
treating.
go trick-or-treating.
Candy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just make sure the
Yeah.
kids are safe.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
what's your costume? Well, I'm myself.
Yeah.
Like
I'm a
that's not-
dad.
I'm a
yeah,
dad.
yeah.
We
I
don't-
am
We don't
no.
get the luxury of costumes.
It's
No.
not. I'm not a dad. I am the.
I'm
The dad.
I'm
Yeah.
dad.
I am
Just
the
you don't even
dad.
need the. You're just dad.
Just
Yeah.
dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we never got any sympathy candy and all that. Looks like you need a refill, bro.
I do.
You do too, Brian.
All right.
If you don't mind.
I don't.
I mean,
that's what it's here
You know,
for.
yeah. We might need to start buying handles when we do this.
Handles?
175s.
Oh,
Oh,
handles
handles.
of the bottle.
Wow, we can do that.
Well,
Well, yeah, the goal is to.
I mean, the
maybe
goal is
try-
not to get sauced.
No, that's fine. I can get sauce. I don't care. But the goal is to try different whiskeys too and all that. I don't
Well,
know.
yeah.
But no, I like the handles idea though too.
I don't think we're gonna find too many handles with different whiskeys.
True.
No,
But yeah.
usually it's the bottom shelf, and not that I'm opposed to drinking bottom shelf. Boy, I'm making a mess.
Well,
Not that
it's-
I'm opposed to it.
Please.
Please and
It's
thank
your
you.
table.
Yeah, please and thank you.
Not that I'm trying to teach you on manners or anything. I've just been watching that show. That Letterkenny.
Ah, the Letterkenny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big fans of Letterkenny.
Big
if you haven't,
fans.
If you haven't seen
Hulu? Do you have
Hulu?
Hulu?
No.
Oh.
Letterkenny.
Letterkenny.
Okay.
It's this show. If you haven't seen it, I'm going to plug Letterkenny for a bit. It's a
That'd be awesome if they sponsored us.
just to meet the dudes. It's a Canadian show of these three guys, and they kind of get into some mischief, and it's Canadian, and the humor is just deadpan, but the one-liners are fantastic. If you haven't seen it, it's on Hulu. There's like 8 seasons.
Yep.
No,
Oh,
Really?
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh!
Oh,
they're
it's-
just-
I might have to get a Hulu.
There's no laugh track.
yeah,
They don't laugh in it at all.
yeah.
There's no laughing. They play it so straight that it's just
Like they don't even realize what they're saying.
Really?
And,
Oh,
and,
it's-
and it's just like the one-liners and all that, and they set each other up. And it's like real life situations, or like they're in a bar or they're on their farm or whatever like that. And I tell you, I don't remember. I mean, my stomach hurt so bad laughing so hard. The first episode, I mean, I almost peed my pants.
Really?
And I really think I did. I think
That's
I kind of
awesome.
wanted to as well.
I've watched it at work, and it has been very, very difficult to not. Like I've laughed out loud. At work, and I've been giggling. You know how upsetting it is for a 43-year-old man to giggle, but I've been giggling at work.
Trying to hold it in.
Oh.
They can't let me.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
some things in there. It's just, it's.
You should try it. You should check it out. But they have the clips on YouTube, though, right?
They do have clips on YouTube,
So,
which is
Type
where
in
I
Little
first.
Lemon.
Type,
Little
type in
Lemon.
Letterkenny, and then
Thanks, man.
you'll just see some of the clips and some of the jokes and some of their, I don't know, what do you call it? Their, not one-liners,
They're
but
not
some of their,
one-liners, but it's just some of their sayings.
their
like
sayings. That's
Pitter
what
patter.
Pitter patter, let's get at her.
Let's get at it. Don't bore us. Get to the chorus.
Yep. Texas size 10-4.
Yep.
Just so if you haven't seen the show,
Texas size
Yep,
10.
that's a Texas size 10-4, and then they also say please and thank you. That's their.
Oh, they're
they
proper.
They say, "Oh, would you mind getting me one of those, please and thank you." I mean, it's all.
Oh, okay.
It's all at once, so
Yeah.
it's.
it's a good show. You should check it out. But it's just hilarious, and
That's amazing.
And this is our plug for Hulu and Letterkenny.
yeah. So to Letterkenny
to Letterkenny, to Hulu,
and to Hulu,
and to whoever came up with that hilarious show.
Yeah, 'cause-
just hilarious.
Because right now I'm looking for after The Mandalorian was amazing
One more
on
ice.
Disney Plus. It was absolutely amazing, but 8 episodes.
Thanks.
Who doesn't get upset over that?
I haven't seen it because I'm waiting for it. Was waiting for
Okay,
it all
well
to
there's
come
only
out.
there's only 8 episodes and they're all out.
More ice?
No, I'm good. So now I am looking for something new because I thought The Mandalorian would kind of carry me through for a while.
It did for 8 episodes.
It did, and it was amazing for 8 episodes.
For 8 episodes.
John Favreau is a genius
For 8 episodes.
for 8 episodes.
Should I keep saying that or?
Yeah, no,
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 you're good?
because it's only 8 episodes.
I
No,
bet-
it was like yeah.
And they're like
Well,
an hour
that's-
long, right? They're like an hour long.
No, they go between half an hour and an hour long.
Okay.
They don't
Wow.
go any more than an hour. Episode 4, I think, was only like 32 minutes. That pissed me
Well,
off.
there you get a little gyp, so it's really only like
Ah.
7.5.
Yeah, I know,
episodes.
I know. But you know, whatever works. They got
I just
their
kinda bought
10
it.
million viewers in a day because The Mandalorian was coming out,
Mm-hmm.
and it was all sorts. It lived up to the hype. It was great.
I don't mean to toot
But-
my own horn, but these are good.
They're excellent.
They're damn good.
But it's just
So is this on Netflix?
No,
it's on
Disney
Disney
Plus.
Disney Plus. That's
Disney
another
Plus.
streaming thing.
yes.
God, I can't keep up.
No,
dude.
yeah.
I can't
Everybody's
keep
got
up.
one.
Well,
There's,
yeah.
there's
IMDb,
Disney, there's
Amazon
Hulu,
Prime,
Amazon,
Hulu, Amazon.
Netflix.
We have this voodoo
AMC.
thing. We have this
Voodoo?
voodoo. I don't know. We
never
got it
heard
with the
of that
TV that we bought. I don't know.
Okay.
It's just
Because
I can't
that's
keep
all.
up.
That's all I have.
There's
is
too many.
I can't keep
I have
up.
Disney Plus, I have Netflix, and I have Amazon Prime. Those are the only 3 I have. Amazon Prime
Well,
I have
see-
because of Jack Ryan. Netflix I have because
Yeah.
everybody and their brother has a show on there,
Yeah.
and half of them are decent.
Yeah.
And then Disney Plus has
Yeah.
Star Wars, Marvel, and
Almost all
you
the
know
Disney
what?
stuff.
I have seen Star Wars 1 through 8 at least twice now on Disney Plus, and it's amazing.
Well, I think there's a bundle where you can get Hulu and
That's
Disney Plus. So you might want to look into
it's
that.
like
if
no,
you want to watch
it's
this
Disney.
show.
It's Disney Plus Plus.
Letterkenny
or
on Hulu.
Yeah,
Now, see 8 seasons.
but because we have Verizon.
Yep.
Okay, so I have Verizon Unlimited, and for a year,
Yep.
they'll pay for Disney their $7.99 or $6.99 package, and that doesn't offer Hulu or
Oh, you got to get Hulu.
ESPN.
I'm stealing it.
But then
from my son.
after
I'm
I
not
get it
stealing
from,
it. He gave it to me.
but after the year, I plan on getting their $14.99 bundle
Okay.
because that'll give you Hulu and ESPN.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you had me at ESPN.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then I get, when NFL when football season's in, I don't have to sit there and be like, oh, who's on Monday night? Oh, it's on ESPN. Oh, screw you, I can watch that.
Yep.
Instead of, because I refuse to have Charter for cable because those people are just crooked. So I'm an antenna kind of guy.
I have
Yeah.
Charter.
I'm sorry. I
Hey,
I take that back.
I watch TV. What can I say? Can you tell? I watch TV. I enjoy it.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that.
No, absolutely.
You know what? I am the kind of the dinosaur though. I mean, I've got a home phone yet,
Ooh,
What's that?
right? I have a
Dude.
landline still.
what are you doing?
I have cable.
Of the 12 people in Eau Claire that have a
Right?
landline.
People are like 830. What are you doing? That's crazy. I have cable, right?
Right.
Because that's what we have, and we just
So I have a cable modem, which is almost as much as paying for a cable TV and a cable internet.
we do the bundle. We're
Yeah,
bundlers.
yeah. See,
We're
no,
bundlers.
I'm not going to be a bundler.
We're a bundler. We're bundlers, and
Okay.
you know what? I watch 3 channels. I watch ESPN.
And if the president is on, his whole night is screwed.
No. I don't watch.
No, it was a Jeff Foxworthy joke.
Oh.
All right, I get.
Back in the day, antenna.
Wow.
We only had 3
Well, that's
channels,
true.
and if
Yes.
the president is on,
Yes.
our night was screwed.
All right, sorry, I missed that. I was
That's
just
right.
taking a
Wait.
turn out of the punch bowl.
Okay. All right, sorry.
It's true.
Sorry,
You're absolutely right.
let
When
it
we
go.
were growing up, there was ABC, CBS, and NBC. And when
Yep.
Fox
Yeah.
came around, when Fox first started, it was like the skies had parted. This is an awesome, fresh, hip channel.
Yep.
And now it's
And now it's Link.
Simpsons. Yeah, now
Yeah.
it's The Simpsons and Family Guy
Yeah.
and
No, it's actually from 5 to 7. 2 episodes of Last Man Standing and 2 episodes of Big Bang Theory, and then I'm done.
there we go.
Yeah.
Well, no, they have Prodigal Son now. I watch that Monday nights.
Do you have
That's a
Amazon
good one.
Prime?
Kathy, my wife does.
Yeah, you can say the name. The first name. Kathy.
Kathy,
This is my plug for my
my
wife, Kathy.
wife.
You know, because you bring up a good point. I mean, Amazon Prime has a lot of good shows.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Designated for dudes like us, like normal,
Dudes.
everyday, go to work, come home, take care of your family shows. Jack Ryan,
Yep.
fantastic. Justified, fantastic. Sopranos,
Oh yeah, yep.
fantastic. Man in the High Castle. I don't know if you've seen that
I
one.
haven't.
yet.
I haven't watched
I
anything on
actually
Amazon.
want to start watching that one.
That one, it'll
I need
it'll
something new.
freak you out because it's like this alternative history, and I think it's based on a dude that wrote a book about it or a series of books.
Yep.
And it's like this alternative history, like what if America lost World War II type of thing,
Yep.
and Japan is occupying the western coast, and then the Germans are occupying or infiltrated the east coast, and it scared the living daylights out. But it's a great show.
Yep.
I think you'll get a kick out of it.
And my friend Chris that you've met, he's watched it. And
Yeah.
he's enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's a trip, man. It's a trip.
And because right now Netflix has World War II in color.
Yes.
They do
Yes, they do.
documentaries
Yes.
on World War II,
Yeah.
and they had I can't remember what the hell it was, but they had one of them that I already watched, and now I'm watching World War II in color,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm on my last episode of that, and I kind of like World War II. It's the whole history thing.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah.
well, if we let this happen, this is going to happen, and why are we letting this re-happen again? People need to wake up and be like, okay, you know what? Stop drinking Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
Start thinking for yourself.
Yeah.
And do things. But that Man in the High Castle sounds like it
Yeah.
should be pretty good.
And then on Netflix, Ken Burns does a fantastic job on the documentaries. He does a Civil War documentary on
Yeah.
Netflix.
Okay.
Just amazing. Like he does a deep dive in. Okay, yeah, you've read all about slavery and all this other stuff, but here and then he kind of goes into that, like if this happened. I mean, on some of these battles or on if somebody just did something different,
Mhm.
the whole outcome would have been different.
sure.
You know,
Mhm.
yeah,
It's
like
that
Pickett,
butterfly
like
effect.
yeah, like Pickett's charge. Like, what was he thinking? You know, but if he didn't do that, then this would have happened, and it would have been a whole other outcome. And he does such a great job with that. And yeah, I dig those documentaries, man.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You know, so
Because I mean, Hitler towards the end was like high as a kite on cocaine, because his doctor kept giving him this to help him deal with everyday stress.
Also,
It's
it's
like-
syphilis.
Well, that was towards like the very end.
The
But I mean,
syphilis had a
his
lot to do with
his
it.
about halfway through to the end, his doc had him like flying high on cocaine.
Sure.
I mean, it was crazy.
Yeah.
Well, and I mean, half the German army was high on
Yeah.
methamphetamines.
yeah,
You know, and it was just, it's like,
that's the stuff you
that
don't learn
would've
in history
never-
class. You know?
Yeah.
They don't talk about that in history class.
Not
Not
in
No.
grade school or not
And
in
it's,
high school history.
no,
no.
I watched Wyatt Earp on Netflix.
Oh, there you go.
That was with Kevin Costner.
No. No, yes, that was with
That-
Kevin Costner.
yeah,
Yep.
yep.
I'd never seen it. I'd seen obviously Tombstone, and Tombstone is
Oh, yeah.
one of my top favorite movies.
Top 5.
Top 5 favorite movie.
Top 5.
Kurt Russell and Val Kilmer, man.
Can't go wrong.
Nope,
No.
So,
at all.
But I've never seen Wyatt Earp, the Kevin Costner one. It was really good. There were some differences. Wyatt Earp wasn't the great good guy that Tombstone painted him out to be. He was a horse thief in Arkansas,
Oh,
and he
I'm gonna
got
have to watch
caught.
that one.
And he got caught, and he escaped jail because they were going to hang him. And then he went up to Kansas, and he became a lawman up in Kansas, and Dodge City and all that. Well, then he went down to Tombstone, and so I'm talking to my dad. My dad loves history. Talking to him, and somehow YouTube knew that I was interested in this. That whole algorithm where
Yeah.
they know what
Oh,
they're
yeah.
watching.
Yeah. Well, Google is Big Brother. Just
Oh,
every
yeah.
time you get on Google, say hi, Big Brother.
But I didn't Google it. It was the strangest thing.
Well, YouTube is owned by Google.
But I
So
didn't.
if you-
I didn't even type in Wyatt Earp.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was
Oh,
strange.
oh,
So anyway,
Skynet.
okay. Yeah, Skynet.
it's
yeah.
Say hi, Big
Cyberdyne's
Brother.
coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I've been watching all this history stuff on YouTube about Wyatt Earp and OK Corral and Doc Holliday and Big Nose Kate, all these characters that were in the movie that were real life people, obviously, but it was their history about it. It was amazing that some of these guys weren't very nice. I
Yeah.
mean, Wyatt Earp, he was a hero and he did the right thing and he was a policeman. He wasn't that great of a guy. He was trying to make a buck, and
Yeah.
depending on what side you leaned on, the cowboys were not necessarily, they were cattle rustlers, but they weren't necessarily murderers and thieves like Tombstone painted them
Yeah.
out to be. McClurys and the Clantons, they weren't horrible people according to their side. So it's interesting,
Yep.
and it's been interesting to me. I've been falling down that rabbit hole for a while now.
Yeah.
But yeah, there we go.
But that's what we normally talk about. We just normally talk
You
about
need to stop throwing that Simple
movies,
syrup in there.
Netflix,
Man, I'm going, I'm
cars,
going nuts on that. No, you don't have to. I'm good.
motorcycles.
You don't need more ice?
No.
Our jobs.
Right.
I don't know what else. Kids,
Kids,
spouses,
Oh.
families. So there I was stories. Because
So
all
and
three of
we
us
should,
are
we should probably,
veterans.
Yes, absolutely. But
Yeah.
between the three of us, we have 9 kids. No, yeah.
No, I've got
Okay.
4. You've got 3.
3.
That's 8.
Oh, 8.
And-
8. We have 8
And our
children.
producer, our
And they-
lovely
Our
producer,
lovely producer.
They
is-
range from 17,
Yep. You got
Okay.
it. Yep.
17 all the way down to 9.
9.
Yeah.
So we are busy fathers.
Yeah.
All 3 of us
Yes.
are veterans.
All 3 of us
Yes.
are veterans. Yep. Yep. Proud to have served.
2
Yep.
Navy, 1 Army.
Yep. Proud to have served.
Yep.
Yes, absolutely.
So we talk about that quite a bit.
Yep.
Michael
Oh, yeah.
is a bubblehead. He's a
I
submariner.
was a submariner.
I was in Airedale in the Navy, thank God. And then the gentleman to my left was an Army guy. I don't know.
yeah,
I know what you
Were
did
you
in the Army,
were you
but
the
I
Army
was-
guy with the bayonet like this,
No.
or you were the one prone? Or the one on the radio, or the one on the
No,
mower?
I was actually. So I started off
In the rear with
when
the
I
gear.
first. Yeah. Well, and that's basically when I started
No,
off. I
hey,
was the guy
whatever.
in the rear with the gear because I started off as a heavy wheeled operator.
What does
and
that mean?
then-
Like you drove Humvees and stuff?
Yeah, anything.
Okay.
I
Cool.
have a 2-page driver's license for the military. I can drive tracked vehicles and I can drive wheeled vehicles.
Heavy wheeled vehicles.
Yes.
That's what they call it.
Yep.
Okay.
I drove.
barely
I
drive a
drove,
truck.
Yeah.
I drove. Yeah, I drove 800, 900, 1000 series tactical transports. I drove Hemmets. I drove.
What's a
I
Hemmet?
drove. Hemmet is the 8-wheeled vehicle that you get out of Oshkosh.
Okay.
Oh,
You got the 2 wheels up front, 2 wheels in
Yeah.
back. You got the. You
Yeah.
Either I'm like I can either I could have either worked with the Hemmet Fueler, which had a 2,500 gallon fuel pod.
Yeah.
Or I could have done the flatbed on there, or not the flatbed, but the cargo box on there. And then before my first deployment, I switched over to infantry, so I did that for 2 years, I think. And then before my last deployment, I went Fort Observer. So then I was field artillery.
So
Field
you
artillery was pretty cool because I
what
was
is it
that
called?
guy.
Forward artillery?
Ford Observer.
Forward
So I
observer
was that
and
guy.
field
I was that
artil-
little.
artillery.
I was that little jackass that sat on the hill, and I called back
And you
to a
raised your
howitzer, and I said, "Hey,
Shoot
I
him
got a
over
guy
here."
here. Why don't you hit this guy
Yeah.
for me?"
A few guys, I would hope, not just one.
Yeah. So
Oh yeah, no, yeah. There was
So basically, you're here, everybody's back here, and you want them to shoot something like a round or a
Yeah.
bomb or something
Yeah.
over you
yes,
onto something else.
yes, absolutely.
You can keep that.
I was,
Yeah,
I
no,
was. Oh,
meanwhile,
man.
I was 400 feet below the surface or deeper,
Ooh.
enjoying my life watching movies and driving a boat and killing commies for mommy.
There you go.
I never killed anybody.
And,
Thank God.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
uh,
I always tell my kids,
A lot of action, 400 feet
Yeah.
under the surface.
you gotta look
Wow.
out.
Yeah, wow.
of the ocean.
Big salty dog
Yep.
over here.
Look at me.
Yeah.
I spent more time at test depth than you got in the entire Navy.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
Test depth.
I used to.
As far down as we could go.
Yeah. Did like in the movies, like the creek, it like creaked?
Oh
and-
yeah, it creaked and popped.
Oh.
Creaked and popped.
No, thank
And
you.
We
no,
were-
thank
we
you.
never did it, but the hole did collapse enough where you could have, if you tied a string, it would have.
It would. Yeah, you would have seen. No,
Yeah.
you can have
Ah.
that. No.
We never did it, but it could be done.
Yeah.
I remember some of that when I was towards my later years. I would sit there, and some of these new guys would come in, and they were truck drivers, which is heavy wheeled operator, and they'd be like, "Yeah, you don't know what the hell you're talking about." And I'd sit there, "Son, I've got more time in reverse than you do going forward." And oh
Awesome.
my God, they would just like, "How do you respond to that?"
There is no response. It's like somebody saying, "My white hat has more time on the shitter at test depth than you have in the service."
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Or if somebody just walks up
Yeah.
to you and you're like, yeah, I'm pretty hot. I shit bigger than you.
Yeah. Well, I tell that
What
to
do
my
you
kids
say?
now.
Yeah, what do you say
Yeah.
to that?
Yeah. Like
I,
what? You were stellar in boot camp or something?
Yeah.
Like that?
Ooh.
Whoa. Wow. Yeah. Good for you.
Got
Wow.
all at 2 months in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get out of my face.
Yeah.
You got nothing.
well, even at a couple of years in, you just want to sit there and be like, dude,
Yeah.
go away.
Yeah.
You got nothing for me.
No. Oh, she just got out of A school. Wow, you must be the smartest kid in the
Wow,
class.
Yeah.
you're salty.
Yeah. Yeah.
Brush that collar.
No. No, but I did. Speaking of
That's
sonar,
not me.
That was my phone. Sorry, that was my
We-
sonar.
you know what?
One that puts
We-
it on.
we
I'm
should-
sorry, I don't. That's,
We should actually take a break for a little bit and kind of.
all right,
Another
yeah.
view from our
Yeah,
sponsor.
let's take
Yes.
another view from our sponsors, and we'll refreshen our drinks, and we'll meet you back here in a little bit. Thank you very much. We'll see you soon. I like that little clip thing.